everyone, Paul from High Tech Legion, and now we are at the ASUS component suite. We're going to just take a walk around the suite, and then we got something sweet for you next when we come back. Let's go ahead and take a walk around, and I'll show you a few different things that they have going on here. If we look over here, we got a battery powered LED projector from ASUS, and this illuminates up to 700 lumens. And why don't we go ahead and take a closer look at this. Wi-Fi projection, wirelessly connects and streams, PC format, and as you can see, a beautiful bright picture up on the wall that I just messed up for their display for. Coming over to this way, we've got a couple mods which you guys might be interested in. This is a Humvee. Of course, it denotes the Mark S, which is basically the saber-tooth motherboard. And as you can see in the back here, we have our video card, we have our saber-tooth motherboard, and of course a Cooler Master cooler up on the top of it. Walking over this way, we have our next project, and this one is called Project Snowblind. These were built to commemorate the 500 million worldwide sales for ASUS. If you take a closer look at this, you can see that they're using some Dominator memory, of course still built with the saber-tooth Z97. Beautiful, sturdy build. Now, this is the X99 series, and of course you know that we did review this motherboard. One of the better motherboards on the market today. You'll notice the nice embossed heat sinks, the I/O covers, the sound plate covers, and also it does come with Wi-Fi AC, an extension panel, and this is an M.2 that goes into your PCI slot. Hyper M.2 X4. And of course we have our ROG boards. This is of course the Cross Blade Ranger. And this is not something that they have that is new, but this is part of their ROG series. As we come over to further over, you'll notice that we have a couple panels here. This is the new IPS panel. And right between it, we do have the Vivo Minis. The IPS panel, of course, is a 27-inch widescreen, 2560 by 1440. Beautiful color. So if you're into Photoshop, you're into doing different things like that, this is going to be a screen that you might definitely want to look into. And then finally, last but not least, let's go ahead and take a look at the networking end. We'll take a look at some routers, some of the new routers that they have that are coming out. This is going to be the RTAC 3200. It's a beautiful router. Look at all these access points. If you can't get a signal somewhere, you're going to really have a problem with this one. Beautiful router. One thing that I can honestly say, since I am someone who uses FiOS, I've had a hard time with any other brand of router trying to get FiOS to recognize it, because their specific Wi-Fi unit that they send you, their router is really non-compatible. ASUS has worked with the manufacturer of the routers for FiOS, and you'll have a quick connect when you go ahead and set up your Mac, etc., and get your IDs. Last but not least, for the routers, we have our range extender. This is a 3-in-1 AP, up to 1900 megabits per second with smooth HD streaming. Of course, you're going to get your dual band out of that. That's it for this part of the showroom. We're going to go ahead and take you for a special treat in a second. All right, everyone, we're back with ASUS. We're here with JJ. That's right. JJ is back, and we're in the secret room, and we're going to show you some new toys. JJ, go ahead.
Yeah, so what we're showing off here is actually we recently launched our gaming line of accessory products under the RG banner. So a lot of guys have been asking for this for a while. So we recently released the Gladius, which is an awesome, very high-end gaming mouse. But we've had a couple of requests from users and gamers to give out some other options, more at a little bit accessible price point and with a little bit more flexibility. So what we're doing is we're introducing two new mice. Now what you'll see in the names is they're actually all named after swords. So it's a kind of an armament kind of thing.
Understood.
So we've got the Gladius, the Sika, and the Spatha. So the Sika will be the first one to be released, definitely before Q2 timeframe. It's going to be very budgetly priced in terms of the overall price point. It's ambidextrous, so you can go ahead and do left and right-handed operation. High quality optical sensor, 5000 DPI, 1000 hertz on the polling rate. It will maintain a really premium feature, and that the switches are independent, so your left and your right are independent of each other. On a traditional mouse, what you generally see is that these two buttons, they're in a unified part of the body. The disadvantage of that is that when you're trying to do actuation and depression very quickly, it actually there's a bit of resistance. So what you end up doing is you press it more to be able to try to go ahead and pull off your moves more quickly, your gunshots, things along those lines. You'll have the backlight right here, so this will be RG red as classically as you would want. And these are also socket-based switches. So that means if you want to change these out to like the much higher quality Japanese Omron switches that we use on the Gladius, you can do that. So there's a DIY element that's incorporated in here. So
understood.
Pretty cool. So the Spatha, you can see it's very rough. This is literally a prototype and engineering sample. It's going to look a bit different, but we've got some really cool things here. So this is going to be a laser-based option. It will be wired and wireless. And you can also charge it via this cool station. So one, you can do a vertical charge like that if you wanted to, or you can go ahead and break it down, and if you want to charge it like that, you can go ahead and do that. Now this guy is going to be focused at gamers that are doing a lot of button or macro movement. So you want MOBAs, RTS, complex RPGs, things like that. So you've got 6 buttons that you'll be able to go ahead and adjust. You've got the nice, of course, imprint finish that we put there for better grip. You got the independent buttons. These are socketable in terms of course, you can replace these as well. And on top of that, this has full RGB color control, and the scroll wheel will have RGB color control, and this will be illuminated as well. So overall, I think some pretty cool additions that we're going to have here in terms of the mice. And the last accessory is this one, which is the whetstone, which if you know knives, you need a whetstone to sharpen. So this is a really, really nice high quality mouse surface. Traditionally, what you would see with the mouse surface is it's made of rubber or cloth. This is actually made of a very high-grade silicone. The reason why we're using silicone is that, one, it's got outstanding anti-friction. It also has a very good anti-slip base. On top of that, it's not porous. What you can find sometimes with rubber is that even though it's spill resistant, things can settle into the rubber and it can build up smells. So we won't have any of that going on. You get great, of course, resistance against any type of spills. And we worked very carefully on the surface of the Z-height and this textured finish to give you really good tracking for precision, consistent movement. So even if we go ahead and detach our Gladius, you'll see that even if it's just a finger, I can just really smoothly go ahead and move that around. If you want to feel it, you'll feel just how smooth and how nice it tracks over that surface. So this will be coming out definitely before the end of Q1. It's pretty much finished. All right, so here we've got actually something a lot of people are excited for. So this is going to be the same pretty much ROG design that we have with the current Swift. So the housing, the tooling, the connections, the flexibility in terms of high tilt, pivot adjustments, all the same. The new thing that we have here is we've got 4K, IPS, and G-Sync. So we're going to have 2 different ROG Swift options. We've got the current ROG Swift, which is going to be the WQHD, so 2560 by 1440, up to 144 millimeters, 44 hertz in terms of the refresh rate, 1 millisecond response time, and G-Sync. And then here at the other end of the spectrum, for the guys that want the absolute highest image quality, highest resolution, but still want that improved response and motion clarity, you're going to have it with this guy. So this will be coming out sometime post Q2 timeframe. I expect everything in terms of how you see it is going to be pretty consistent. No big changes in that regard. But of course, in terms of pricing and availability, stay tuned for more information as we get closer to that time.
Understood. We're just going to go ahead and take a quick look at some video running in 4K here on this panel. As you can see, the clarity of this is very, very nice. I mean, of course, cameras is coming through. You're not here with me seeing it live, but I mean, you can really see the definition in this man's face. You could see the book. You could actually read what is on that book. All right, guys. Next, we have some SLI bridges. Of course, these are for the ROG line, 2, 3, and 4-way. And also, if we look up here, just like with NVIDIA, if there is a backlight on the card, you're going to get the backlight with it. So that's something new. These are really, really nice. They're very well made. It's nice and heavy, nice metal. Here's the back. So as you can see, true to the ROG construction of ASUS and the quality, you're going to get a very good product for the money and for your system.
All right, so what we've got right here are actually a wide range of Strix products. So Strix is for some people that aren't familiar, is our kind of new branded line for multimedia and gaming products. So it covers everything from graphics cards, the mice, the keyboards, to also headsets. The Claw and this keyboard right here, the Tactic Pro, have been recently released, so there's a lot of great information you can already find out on, but it's some really awesome products. What I'm most excited about here is actually the 7.1 headset. So we've done a couple of really cool things here with the Strix headset. One, of course, these are able to be adjusted and rotated so that you can go ahead and accommodate different types of head shapes and sizes. This right here is an actually LED and it's backlit controlled, so we can go to a control pod right here. And if I want to go ahead and have it in breathing mode, you'll see it breathes. And if I want to go ahead and set it to a fixed mode, I can go ahead and do that. So that's cool, but that's not what makes this a great headset. So in terms of the headset, if we go ahead and take a look right there, you can see I've gone ahead and removed this. So this is removable, so you can go ahead and have the nice, soft, breathable material. You can replace it, change it out. Helps to extend the lifespan of the product. So we have 7.1 sound, so you got your front, your rear, your side, your sub. These can all be independently controlled, and we'll show that here on a moment on the base. We've got 10 neodymium magnets on here. This actually features 40mm drivers as compared to the Razer Timeout, which only has 30mm drivers. And we've also really looked at the frequency response. We found actually with a lot of the other 7.1 headsets, the mid and the highs really just dropped off considerably. So we spent a lot more time to really elevate those to be able to give you much better positioning, much better accuracy, and especially for music and movies, a normal 2-channel operation, those mids and those highs are very important. So you get an improvement there. The microphone, you can see right here, is fully detachable, which is nice. The Timeout, you don't have a detachable mic option. It's also extremely flexible, so you can see you got a lot of flexibility in terms of being able to adjust it the way that you'd like, so it can accommodate your head shape, your mouth, and everything that you want. You got the nice padding right there for the top of your head. So that's really nice in terms of the headset. But where things get interesting is if we take a look here at the control base. So with this control base, this is fully plug and play, so no drivers are required, but it gives you a whole degree of flexibility. So you can see right here, I've got like center, rear, front, sub. If I'm in 7.1 mode, for instance, I can go over to my center, and if I want to be able to go ahead and customize that, I can go ahead and do that. So that way I can prioritize and accentuate that sound. If I want that specifically to be improved upon, I can do that. So that's really nice, and you can do that for every single one. If I go back down to main, that's my primary 2-channel. I can go ahead and adjust the volume right then and there. Very, very, very simple. So to enable 7.1, enable 2-channel operation. We've got a built-in operational amplifier in there as well, so that if you want to go ahead and externally power some additionally higher powered headphones, you can do that. There is a line level output as well, so if you want to connect your desktop speakers, you can do that, and you can switch just with the touch of a button between headphones and speakers. So that's a very nice option. You can go ahead and enable or disable the microphone with the touch of a button. We have profile modes to be able to optimize for that spectrum or that audio type. So you can go ahead and switch into the spectrum mode, click that, and then I can switch between focusing on gunshots, footsteps, action, RPG kind of mobile environments, as well as racing. So I can just go and adjust that. If I don't want that, I can go and depress it, and that's it. I'm good to go. You also have noise canceling built into this. So this will do ambient noise canceling. So it'll recognize the ambient noise in the area. So if there's like white noise, like in my apartment, I'm right next to a refrigerator, and the refrigerator is really loud. When that refrigerator comes on, I just hear this the whole time. That can help to be mitigated and is pretty much equaled out, so that if I'm on TeamSpeak, I'm on Ventrilo or Steam Chat, whatever it might be, I get a much better tone, much better clarity to when I'm talking to somebody online. So a lot that we're packing into this little guy to be able to pair up with this to give you a really great just gaming experience and desktop experience. So pretty cool with the Strix 7.1. This will be pretty much coming to the market very shortly within the one time frame, and you'll be also seeing the Claw and the Tactic Pro, 2 really awesome keyboard and mice in that same time frame.
Awesome. Well, everybody, let's say thank you to JJ for showing us the nice little toys that I know you're definitely going to want to take a closer look at. We'll see you the next time. Stay thirsty, my friends. Bye-bye.